the miracles where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I am your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, and nobody, but nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. All the information from me will be below for those who need coaching. I'm here to discuss a subject that I've prepared and also for your questions that I can answer. Please limit it to one question per person, maybe two, okay, so I can get to as many people as I can this time around. So those will be the rules. And I also want to remind everybody that besides the usual packages that I have, which are the audio exchange, the Zoom sessions, and the phone sessions, I also added 5 phone calls. And it used to be that it's only for people who have already gone through my program, my coaching program, but I've just added that as a package for anyone. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. I've taken away the 10 phone calls. It's only going to be 5 phone calls at a time. And this is just for you to literally sample my coaching. Ideally, you need to do the coaching program, and that's really the main dish for you. Okay, let me just adjust the light. So the subject of today is your energetic influence over them. So this is not just your SP. Everything that I record is for everything. Okay, it has to do with absolutely any area of your life, be it money, be it SP, be it reconciliation with a friend, anything at all. Anything that you're struggling with right now can be fixed. Okay. Why you manifested this problem in the first place is because you've created it through situations that you believe about yourself, your beliefs about money, relationships in general, etc., etc. And this is the bulk of my work with everybody in my coaching. And this is at some point or another, everybody should really get into coaching in order to understand what's going on in their life. Okay, that's just my belief, because if you're just watching videos, yes, that's very nice, but you really need to understand who you are, who is the creator of your reality. Oh, Laura P left me a comment. Hi, Anna, can make it tonight, but we'll listen to the replay. Yes, all right, that sounds good. So the idea is to really understand why you're not manifesting, okay? And the way I teach in my coaching is that, yes, the beliefs, okay? So we start out definitely with your history. Every single time, I need to know what's going on right now in your life, but most importantly, I need to know what you've already done, what you've lived, okay? And that will literally give me the roadmap to why you're having problems today, okay? It's just what it is, really. And this is why in coaching, parenthesis here, you really need to come humble and honest, because if you disguise something, if you omit something, it really does not serve you, and it really doesn't serve me in order to help you, okay? At the end of my coaching, after I go through all the emotional release, etc., etc., and I should really write it down on my website because a lot of people don't understand exactly what I do that's so different. After me, you literally will not need another coach. Really, really not. And the way that I designed this program, it literally touches on everything. Okay. Some parts are very similar to therapeutic processes, but this is not therapy. And the reason this is not therapy is because I'm allowed to give you my feedback, my honest feedback, and I'm allowed to give you guidance, and I'm allowed to, we set goals in our coaching, and most people, 99.99 people that have been in my coaching who have taken my advice, who've taken my guidance, taken my suggestions to heart, they have definitely succeeded. Why that is, I don't know. I guess I'm really good at what I do. Okay, not to brag, but just done it long enough where I can see exactly what's going on in this person's life and where the problems are. It's a lot easier, right, to have this rapport with a coach than sit at home and watch videos endlessly. It just is. Okay, because for someone who has done this already for a long period of time. Doesn't take that long for them to figure it out, but it takes some time for you to really process all of these things and really come to understand what you need to start doing differently day in and day out. And it's an adjustment, which is why 2 to 3 months minimum in coaching. Okay, but at the end of my coaching, I teach how to energetically create. Okay, now this to me is advanced, and so if this is over your head, by all means, you can stick around or you can listen to it later when you listen to some of the things on my channel. But for me, this is how actually I started. Okay, when I started manifesting when I was 12, I don't know how I came to this realization. I just did. All right. It became blatantly apparent to me that if I radiate a certain kind of energy towards an outcome, okay, it literally affects the outcome. It's one thing to script, right? So I became a really avid scripter. Like, I didn't know what scripting was at the time, but I literally taught myself scripting through being like a really shy kid, okay, and like literally locking myself in my room and devoting most of my time, other than my homework, to scripting, like scripting things that I want to experience, right? So that's a good start, right? Scripting is good. And for those people that it doesn't work for, here's the reason why. And I'm here to explain perhaps the one thing that you really need to understand for it to all click in, right? If you just script something, if you just affirm something, if you just do any kind of practice, which is why the way that people teach affirmations out there is completely bogus and stupid to me. And here's the reason why. Excuse me. Here we go with the voice. Because the effort is not what is supposed to happen. If you're applying effort, then you're on the wrong track. Okay? To me, it's very arduous. I don't know about you, but it's pretty fucking arduous to affirm something all day long. It's a job. I don't want another fucking job. I have enough going on as it is. As I'm sure do you. Hold on one second. I need a sip of my tea. Oh my God. And I am reborn. Hi, Melissa. Glowing goddess. Thank you. So happy I made it today. Yes, I'm happy too. Okay. Okay, where was I? So if you're just efforting and scripting and like some people script every single day. Look, in my coaching, I teach it a little bit differently. You're going to have to get into my coaching to understand this. But script, you don't have to literally script your life every single day. I think that's a little bit too much. Okay, again, man, I don't know how you allocate your time, but I've got shit to do. And so if you're applying effort, that is the wrong way. Okay, it needs to be fun. I cannot stress this enough, right? So imagine if you have a relationship where you literally need to try hard for it to work. You need to constantly reaffirm that, oh, this person loves me, this person loves me. That would drive me fucking crazy. And you're probably going to drive that person crazy, right? And so the relationship that you need to have with the universe at large, with your higher self, is effortless. You need to know that they're on your side. And so your communication with your higher self, with the universe, whatever the fuck you want to call it, okay, with your non-physical counterpart, okay, with the energetic counterpart, needs to be full of trust, full of complete trust and understanding that they're hearing you. They, whatever, he, she, whatever the fuck you want to say. Okay, this energy, this quantum field literally hears you, okay, feels you. And the way to communicate to the quantum field what you wish for, what you desire, is most effective with your energy, okay? How you feel trumps everything. What it is you're doing throughout the day to demonstrate your faith, okay, and complete trust. Let's just take as an example. If you really knew that your SP is crazy about you, even though you haven't heard from them in a long time, even though they're acting like an asshole or have acted like an asshole, you would be in a completely different vibration, true or not. But this is the entire power that you have. I just gave it to you. I just gave it to you. Glitch in the Matrix live on YouTube. I just gave it to you. It's the vibration that you choose. You literally have a choice every single passing second. You've got a choice. Am I going to be desperate, or am I going to be fully trusting that the universe is on my side? 100%. So on my side, I'm the creator of it. It's like, imagine you're walking in, right, to your company. You're the CEO and the founder, the creator of the company, and you're questioning whether or not the employees are going to fulfill your orders. It makes as much fucking sense. And yet that's a lot of people. That's what a lot of people are doing. And so just from the get-go, understand, right? So if you can make it a rule for you to like click into your mind that the entire universe is on my side, right? I'm speaking for you now, and for me, of course. And from the get-go, it's set up in such a way where my energy, whatever I radiate, literally, the universe responds like right away. And provided I trust this process and I don't second guess it and I don't doubt it or introduce fears and insecurities, it will work swimmingly well. This is why, and this is where the beliefs come in. So importantly, where if you haven't parted with your old self yet completely, this old self will start influencing you, in particular during the moments of big success. You're just about to shift, you're just about to elevate to a higher ground, you're just about to become a new version of yourself, and the old self pops in as a voice of the doom and gloom from the past. And it could be not your own voice, the voice of your parents or whoever, your ex, and this and that, and says to you, oh yeah, right, that's going to happen, or yeah, right, you deserve that, and remember what happened last time, and do. This is the moment that you need to kind of like, dig your heels in, as they say, and double down in terms of not affirmations, not forcing yourself, but literally say to yourself, this is totally natural. This is the process in which I change my entire life. So naturally, the old shit, as you illuminate so much light into your life and you start literally elevating in frequency, right? And asking for more and becoming a higher version of yourself, it is totally natural that the shit is going to float up for me to get rid of it one last time. And one last time, you're going to be like, if you're able to, with all honesty, to look at this shit, the driftwood that floats up, okay, or the last kind of like glimpse of the not so preferable version of events or a spear of anything, and you're just able to, in all honesty, like I said, look at it and say, this has nothing to do with me. I'm going somewhere else. This has nothing to do with me. What have I to do with thee? Is like from the Bible. That's actually what it meant. When Jesus said about Mary, what have I to do with thee? It's like, I'm already in a different state. It wasn't that he was, rejecting his mother or whatever. It's not actual people. I'm sure you guys know this, but anyway. Some people take it literal. So this is the entire shebang where you're able to literally control what kind of reality you embark on. Because at any given moment, you have the choice of going left or right. That's it. Those are your choices. To go right in the right direction of, I am a new version of myself, and this new version has X, Y, and Z. The person that they want, that version of that person that they want, that company, that business, that blah, 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 that money. And so energetically, you're communicating this. This is how creation happens effortlessly, right? The not so effortless part is the work on yourself. Can't stress this enough. Can't get around it. Don't waste your time trying to, okay? So I've had so many different people in my coaching who've told me like for years, oh, I've been studying Neville Goddard for years. Okay, what have you learned? Why isn't it not reflecting in your life, right? So this is what it really is. It becomes a question of, yes, you're too busy studying other people and doing all the shit, but are you studying yourself? That's all very nice and good, you know. I mean, I know Neville Goddard front and back and center, all his teachings, and I can literally like quote him verbatim. But what good is it to me, right? If I don't work on myself, if I don't actually apply it, and if I don't actually not only apply it, but understand what's on the canvas right now. You're a canvas, you're painting your life, and on your canvas, you right now you may not have what you want. It's a shit show, okay? Let's just be honest in some cases. And so energetically, you're vibrating on a different level. By default, you're communicating to your universe, to your higher self, I don't have this, I don't have that, I'm dissatisfied, I'm fucking pissed off as it were, and other people have all the shit and some, and I'm the only one who's been left out. Do you know how many times I've heard this in my coaching? None of it is true. If you really, I'm really good at pointing things out that are pretty obvious. To me, they are in my coaching. But for some people, again, they spend years studying Neville Goddard, this, that, and the other, even going to other coaches, blah, blah, blah. I will not speak for other coaches, not my fucking business. I only know what I do. And so you're supposed to really address the issue at hand. Why are you off track? Why is your energy off track? Why are you feeling like a failure? Why are you not loving yourself as you should? All of these questions, as kind of like self-explanatory or whatever, mundane even as they may sound, they're full of loaded information for you. So if you start digging, and some of it like, well, I could have like come up with this explanation. Really? Could you have? Could you have understood that there's a direct correlation between what you did in childhood, what you were taught in childhood, and your relationships? Yeah, all right. That's pretty kind of like some of it is pretty obvious, but then what you're going to do about it, right? Are you going to stay the same person? Because, like I said, change, it comes again. Excuse me, my voice, please. Change comes in waves. And you need to continue on this journey of elevating your energy, right? So energetically, you continuously need to communicate to the universe. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm going. This is who I am, in fact. But I'm constantly elevating, elevating, elevating. And this is how you create the permanent change. Not watching the videos 300 million times, but actually committing yourself to a whole new different world, to a whole new era in your life. Okay? And even though you might not see anything on the outside, energetically, you know you have this rapport with your universe where, let's just say you wanted your SP to change, okay, favorite subject of everybody, and how you influence them already is pretty kind of like self-explanatory. The thing that people run into a lot is that they're trying to influence somebody from the premise of not loving themselves, not having excuse me, but a life of their own, right? Like their own interests, like they're all about this SP, and they don't really have their cup full, okay? And they're trying to come off of that premise and influence somebody. That's not never going to work. Okay, you need to understand that you're the one in charge of everything, that you're influencing them already. You're already doing it, okay? Relax. You've been doing it. It's just what kind of influence, right? So if you're coming off of the lack mentality, I don't have them, this is impossible, this has been going on for too long, and I'm not complete without them. That's my favorite. You know, it's like, oh my God. So many people have told me, I just need my SP back and my life would be great. Oh, well, therein lies the problem, my darling. Oh my goodness gracious. No, it's the reverse. You need to fix your life and then your SP comes back. Because if you're hanging on for your SP to make things right, even if you do get them back some way, somehow, some magical way, you're not going to be able to hold on to them. And it's not going to be a healthy relationship. So it needs to be that energetically you ask questions. Why am I mistrusting that I am already influencing the world? What am I thinking on a daily basis? What am I cultivating in my mind? What am I creating? Like an artist, right? I work a lot with artists, and I've coached them, coached artists first, before anybody. And for them, it's so easy for me to explain to them, like, what are you working on right now in your mind, right? So the next, like, song, the next painting, the next, like, book or whatever, they can tell you all about it, even though they haven't written a word of it or whatever, right? So it's like this. So energetically, what are you creating right now? Like, I understand examining the past, it's very useful, but forget about the past. What are you doing now, right? Okay, so it's been all a shit show, blah, blah, blah. But what are you doing right now? What kinds of messages are you putting out? And that has to do with taking accountability that you're already doing it. And so in order to do it to the degree and to the level and in the quality of influence that you really want to acquire, your palette needs to be cleansed, okay? Because you cannot introduce drama, trauma, panorama of the past and expect something different to come up. Just not going to happen. If it's not going to be this SP, it's going to be another one. So energetically, you need to create a new version of events, a new version of this person, a new version of outcome, blah, 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 whatever it is you're doing, so that it's basically you're interacting with yourself anyway, right? Because you're thinking all this time, oh yeah, the outside has to make me happy and then I'll be happy. No, you get happy. You get happy, okay? For the lack of, better expression or whatever, better explanation. You need to change and vibrate a different version of yourself so that energetically the entire quantum field receives the same fucking memo and says, oh, fabulous. This person has legitimately changed, right? Vibration. I'm talking day in and day out vibration, where you're waking up in the morning and you know exactly who you are, vibrationally speaking, right? And so in order to affect anything or anyone, this has to happen for you, that you are vibrationally corresponding to that reality. You are that reality. You know exactly how it feels over there, and with that you're bringing over there, over here. The end. But if you don't know what it even feels like, you don't allow yourself the possibility of that being real. You don't think that you deserve it, or all these things, right? That people kind of like struggle with, the insecurities, the fears. Then that's your shebang. Then that's the shit that you need to process first. You're not going to go very far or anywhere different without doing that first. Okay. Excuse me. Once you do that though, and you guys can ask questions, this is what I'm here for as well. Once you do that though, which is why for children, right, or for young adults, it's a lot easier to manifest for the most part, unless they've been, through something traumatic and this and that, because they don't have all the junk piled up in their mind. They don't have all that disbelief and stuff like that, and they manifest a lot easier. Me as a child, I didn't have that, that much shit to process at the time. And so for me, manifestation was just fun. It was just, oh, well, this is how it works. It's just like Santa Claus coming to your house, and delivering what it is you want. And that's exactly how it works. It's Santa Claus time, or whatever, genie time. You literally, that's what you do all day, every day, anyway, right? And again, this is effortless, totally effortless. You direct a certain kind of energy towards this person, towards this outcome, and you keep this energy there. If anger, resentment comes up, process it. right? If you're pissed off that you weren't born rich, or if you're pissed off that, whatever, the boys in school didn't like you and this and that and the other, process that shit. Process it. Today, as an adult, you have a different point of view regarding all these things. Excuse me. And you might be surprised how much of a difference it makes when you look at things from the past with the eyes of an adult. You get to change a lot of things. And that's how we do revision. But let me not get ahead of myself. Light leaks. Some of these names, I swear, are so funny. Your makeup looks amazing. Thank you. So energetically, it has to be that you are becoming this magician. And to be the magician, right? It's like my intro and I stand by it. You need to be so informed about your own energy and so in charge and in control of your own energy that literally there is no fucking with you. Okay, there's literally, this is what I said, this is what I commanded through my energy, right? Commanding is not like, hey, come over here. No, it's not like that. Commanding is, I'm sitting over here, I'm having a daydream, or maybe I'm walking or whatever. I'm having a little moment and I'm making a decision. Okay, decisions are really necessary. And I'm deciding, okay, I would like so and so to do this. Like, I'll give you an example. This silly example, but whatever. One from my life. My sister and I, we haven't been speaking. But it's a long story, but whatever. Mama drama literally mama drama panorama, because my mother, she's whatever. She's got a hold on her, unfortunately. And this is another situation when you grow up with these narcissistic parents. Like, there's usually a child that falls under that influence, and unfortunately then what happens. And I was actually talking to my assistant the other day, and I was like, my sister came up, and I was like, there's some business thing that I had to tend to for my dad overseas. And mind you, I'm not even there, and my sister's there. And I'm like, why can't my sister take care of that? Because she's over fucking there. She can just physically go and da da da. And I haven't spoken to her in like 4 years, I think. Yeah, since COVID broke out. And here she is. She just popped up in my emails this morning saying that she's going to take care of it. I didn't even ask her. I didn't lift a finger. Nothing happened like that. And she's just, like an obedient bunny. She's gonna go and do that, as she should. Whereas before, it would take me, I don't know, 300 million emails back and forth, and maybe then she would, because whatever. Again, drama, trauma, panorama. But again, so see, when this is also in conjunction with like giving people back their bullshit. When you no longer want to play the bullshit shit with anybody, right? Even engaging in anger and resentment with somebody is also taking on their bullshit. It's like, why am I going to be upset with you? Because you are choosing to act this way and that way. And yet, a lot of our situations, a lot of our beliefs were formed this way by somebody telling us something about ourselves, making a judgment, making a proclamation, whatever the fuck, right? And you took that in and you made it your own. Why did you do that? Because you didn't know any better. Okay, so I'm not saying this to beat yourself up or anything like that, but essentially that's how beliefs are formed. Your job is to revisit all that bullshit and start understanding, I actually, you know what, that's not mine. That's not who I am. Why am I participating in this crap? I want to be my own person. This is when the fun begins. I'm telling you guys. For me personally, I figured this out like a long time ago. Like when I was, 12, 13, 14, that I have to be my own person. I mean, looking at my mother, I was like, I have no other choice. Like, she's literally not going to teach me how to be my own person because she's on some fucking bullshit over here right now. And in effect, that really served me. So make everything work in your favor. But the thing is, you get to be your own person. You get to design yourself from scratch. And it's never too late to start doing that. Okay. Um, Empty Bliss says, why empty? You see? Empty Bliss says, what does it mean if a few weeks into manifestation of SP, mental diet intact, in the feeling state, the opposite of your desire shows up? Okay, we're quoting Neville Goddard again. Not that I don't like Neville Goddard, but it's the way people use it. Okay, let me explain something to you. I don't know if you're new to my channel, but this is what it, when people say, I am manifesting something, I just want to pull them towards me and be like, what are you talking about? Seriously though. You've already manifested it. You're just bringing it into the visible. So what is it your problem if something opposite shows up? You've already manifested it. Is that too harsh, too soon, too straightforward? And yet this is how it works. You're not standing over like, like when witches had this like boiling pot of whatever and you're like, I'm manifesting. Sorry. I'm manifesting. No, you already did it. You know how long it takes to manifest anything? No time. Like zero time, right? A decision. Just like sitting peacefully in your chair or whatever, laying in bed or even walking, like I said, having a thought, you know what? I want da da da. Or even in talking to somebody, like just like I just gave the example, I'm like, I wish my sister took care of it, right? But knowing that you can manifest this way, that's all it literally takes. Because a lot of you think that you need to be in the militaristic form of manifesting and mental diet and tupa 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 tu, and you have to jump through hoops. You don't. You don't. You just don't, okay? I'm telling you this, having been manifesting for like years and ages. It just took me in my 20s, around, 25 or 26, to finally like, you know what? I'm not entirely happy with certain parts of my manifestations, and that used to be relationships in my case, okay? But I figured it out because it was, again, something that I used to believe about relationships. But once you figure out what you actually believe about certain parts of your life, right? Some people really good with money, excellent with money coming out of their behind, okay? But relationships, it's a disaster. What can I say? Some people reverse, really good with relationships, money, it's like nowhere to be found. As soon as it gets here, it leaves, right? And stuff like that. But you have to figure it out. Like, what is my thing? What do I have to work out here, right? So, and then you don't have to go through these hoops. Listen, guys, if I haven't made it like profoundly clear, sorry, when I start talking so much, I get really thirsty. If you know yourself, just like I started out this live, okay, and Empty Bliss, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and go watch some stuff, right? It might just answer a lot of your questions. And if you want to come into my coaching, you can do that also. You need to get to know yourself. It's because you're painting the entire reality with your own energy, right? So what kind of colors, metaphorically speaking, are you splashing on your reality, right? In the department of SP, what kind of colors are you splashing onto your reality? Is it anger? Is it frustration? Is it the absence of what you want? Is it that it's hard to manifest this shit? I gave you this example. Okay, I'll share a little bit. I don't usually share this on my channel because I value my privacy just as the next person. But my current SP, it's so weird to call him SP. Not for nothing. My current man, okay, when we had a falling out, and I'm not going to go into detail, but it was a big deal. For me, it was. I don't deal well with lies. Okay, I really don't. I have a degree in journalism. I'm very good with research. And it's just, for me, there's something about me that whenever somebody lies to me, I just check out, you know? And it takes like a long time for me to really check back in. And so we had a falling out, and sorry, I was making up my mind for quite some time whether I wanted him again or not. But there were a lot of things that I really, really adored about him and really enjoyed about him. But, you know, for me, it was important that I really wanted it. And that's what I encourage everybody on my channel and in my coaching to decide whether you really want somebody, right? You might not really want a person anymore once you take your time to think about things, to process some things. You know, you're not in a rush. Don't be in a fucking rush. These situations like, oh, something's going to happen to this person and they're going to move on, please. There isn't such a situation that you cannot undo. Okay, let me just say it like that. They can move to Jupiter, okay, and you can still manifest them whenever you decide to. And so at some point, okay, I was like, you know what, fine, I think I can do this. At the very least, I want him to come and apologize to me and explain himself. Like, and I really want it genuinely to be that way. And during that time, I'm very busy as it is, but during that time I was extra busy with different things, and I didn't have the time to think about, like, I wasn't dating anybody or anything like that. You know, maybe I went on like one date and I was like so bored, and you know, one of those. And when I finally decided that I am open to, you know, interacting with him again, I'm open to romantic situations in my life. It's as if like a switch turned on, and I started getting asked out like left and right, okay, everywhere, okay, as if like everybody got the memo that now I'm open to romantic relationships. So the same exact thing is with you, right? So and obviously he came back and apologized and did all that shit that I wanted him to do. But it wasn't until I decided, it wasn't until I turned that switch on. Because up until then, I was like, I don't know, da 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 da. It wasn't until I made the decision that it happened, okay? And not only him, but there were many different options that I, you know, suddenly had without ever going on a dating app or anything like that, okay? It was like, I'm not a dating app person anyway. I'm sure you would relate. But essentially, the universe got the memo. She's ready. The energy has changed. She's open to this, and that's when it happens, okay? And this, once you decide, you can stand on your head million times over. You can even be angry in certain moments. You can, yes, fall off the wagon, whatever, mental diet, la la la. You will still achieve your manifestation. Why? Because in that department you decided and you made that stationary. The end. That's your energy in that department. That's your influence in that department. You've concluded something, and for the time being, it's going to continue that way until you make a different decision or choice. But you see, it's so important to understand yourself, what it is you want, how it is you're vibrating, okay? And then go out into the world and start, you know, doing shit, and decide and manifest and all this kind of stuff. Up until that point, you're still kind of like in the, you know, pending mode. Once you decide, it's over. That's it. It's manifested. It was already manifest before you decided, but yeah. Okay, thank you for letting me speak. Usually it's like bombarding me. And that's how you do it. I hope I answered the question. Okay. Your thoughts literally influence everybody. in your vicinity, in your life, anybody. I don't care how long you haven't spoken to this person. Okay, I really, really don't. You can hear from them like right away if you wanted to. It's just a decision. It's the openness of it. When there is no openness, when there's resistance towards something, when there's some kind of unresolved issue around a situation, you're not going to get the result that you want, because you yourself, like I said, you yourself need to correspond to that reality in which that is already situated. It's already happening. Okay. Another example. Okay. A lot of people, with the money and this and that. Okay. Money is very simple. It's the love towards yourself, the love towards what you're doing, the love of what you do. Okay, if you really, really loved what you do, okay, for a living, and a lot of you, I know you don't have that today, you would make money in your sleep, okay? In your sleep. You would be overwhelmed with clients and, contracts, connections, etc. If you have a job right now, listen, keep the job until you're ready to jump ship. But if you have a job right now that you kind of like deign to show up to and you're not excited to, this is why the money is completely spent before you even know it, before the money even gets there. Okay, sounds familiar? Yeah. It used to be me. How I know this, it used to be me when I used to model. I fucking hated modeling. I really did. I don't care what you say. It For me, it was like total punishment to do this, okay? I wanted to be on the creative side. That's what I really wanted to do. Act, I wanted to design, I wanted to like whatever, do other things. And for me, that, all the money I made went to bills, and I rarely did I enjoy anything that I bought with it. And by God, I bought myself just about any fucking handbag, any piece of clothing that you could imagine, and this and that and the other. And I ended up, and here's like the ending of the story, I ended up donating all of this to Goodwill. Somebody had a field day. Because I was like, I didn't enjoy the money that I earned, okay, that I bought the shit with, and I'm going to give that shit away. I don't want that energy. Excuse me. Okay, she's got Spirit Lounge. Oh, hello again. Says, why would guilt come up when others give you gifts? Well, I just kind of like discussed this, didn't I? You don't think that you're worthy. You don't think that you're worthy. Why not? Why not somebody giving you gifts? Why not somebody giving you money for no reason? Why not manifest money showing up in the mailbox for no reason, or your bank account? Would you still feel guilt? I fucking wouldn't. I'd be like, thank you. I don't care where it's from. You see, but like a couple of my clients, I had this question for them in my coaching, and they would be like, you know what? I would be so scared if I got a lot of money in the mailbox, because I would be concerned where like the source it came from. Yeah, but if it showed up in your mailbox in your name, that's pretty deliberate creation. That means universe is, you know, giving this to you, and that's perfectly all right to receive. Okay. She's got Spirit Lounge says, I feel it is taking from them. Well, there it is. But good point. How about they have more than enough and they wanted to give it to you? Generosity. Let me guess, you're one of these people who, sorry, that's my dog shaking his ass. Very opinionated. Let me guess, you're one of these people who likes to give but doesn't receive. So see, it has to be both. You have to be able to give and then also receive just as much. And that's actually any kind of relationship, not just with money or gifts. Kiyaja says, hi Anna, hi. Is there a spiritual meaning to ears ringing? Yeah, a lot of people ask me this question. It basically means, so to me, I know a lot of people say that angels are communicating with you. For me, So every time I get the ringing in the ears, to me it's a download. And we can go into this like really deep discussion right now, but to me it's, you're downloading a new frequency. All right, I usually ask for something. I ask for a new vibration, a new interpretation, a new idea, a new resolution, a new something, whatever I'm working on. And when I hear the ringing, and it's not so subtle in my case, I don't know about you, it's the download of that frequency, and that's the download of that reality that comes with all the goodies. So I hope that I explained that well. But yeah. Oh my god, so thirsty. So, in conclusion, become the energetic master by knowing your own energy. Okay? By knowing your own energy, how you view your energy. And again, I teach this in my coaching. Everybody's individual, everybody's different. How you view your energy, how you feel your energy. You can affect people at a distance, no problem. Send telepathic thoughts, no problem. Affect their decision making, no problem. Literally magnetize the sum of money literally overnight to you, no problem. No problem, no problem, no problem. The thing is, again, not to sound like a broken record, but do you know that you can do it? Right? Do you question your power, or do you completely trust that this is exactly what's going to happen? What it is that do you know what you've done, essentially? Once you do it, you do it. That's it. It's done. You don't like go back and check and this and that, right? No, that's it. It's complete. Now, again, for me personally, the problem is not in is it done? Is like I have to be careful what I'm thinking. I have to be careful what I decide on, because it literally comes true. You know? And in my case, thank God, I have this awareness. I have this trained brain already where I literally don't let things, and it in the beginning it's arduous, I'm not going to lie, but it's been a long time now in my case. It's been like, I don't know, over 15 years. And I don't entertain things, you know, in my mind that I don't want to be part of my reality. Even if there's some kind of shit show showing up in the news and this, that, and the other, I don't even discuss. If somebody starts discussing it with me, I just zone out. I'm like, we're going to talk about something else now. I don't want to talk about this, you know, kind of deal. And so you have to know your power and protect it, essentially, because your power will create. And so what you let into the distillery of your mind will literally produce results. It's already doing so, like I said. So sit down tonight or today or whatever and experiment and what comes up for you, right? So like, for instance, she's got Spirit Lounge. Says, okay, I feel guilty receiving gifts. Okay, so that's your block. Maybe, I mean, can I ask you really quick, if you're still here, how is the money situation in your life? Now I'm asking questions. Let's wait for that answer. Just so I can illustrate it. This is peach tea, by the way. Oh my God, so good. Up and down. Here we go. She says up and down. Okay. So, see, this is so... I'm sorry. But this is so predictable with people, right? It just works. This is the mechanism, okay? The mechanism doesn't lie. It always works in a certain way. So if you feel guilty about receiving money, obviously you need money to survive and to pay this, that, and the other, blah, 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 mortgage, blah, blah, boo. So it has to show up because you need it, right? And in some moments, you're successful manifesting it. But underneath it all, right? If you end up not having it in certain moments, it's because you have this program of guilt, of whatever, you know, pushing money away, literally pushing money away with some kind of belief system. Because the truth is that you're supposed to have it like all the time, right? In abundance. Not even think about it. Like swipe your card going anywhere, not even like worry about the receipt or whatever, how much money you spent, right? Because you have this relationship of like money is the air that I breathe. Like there's an audio on my channel, and I really believe that. And like me, I mean, I told you, I do not come from like a wealthy family or whatever. We were okay. But like a lot of Russians, okay, my family has still to this day, and trust me, they're doing fine, okay, has this like narrative of like money scarce, you have to work hard for money, all this fucking bullshit, you know, that people believe. And for whatever reason, okay, not to brag again, but like I innately knew, and I was shown otherwise by other people in my family, because I have like two really wealthy aunts who like totally enjoyed their life, didn't really work that hard and this and that. I mean, they worked hard on the things that they really liked. Okay, let me put it this way, because they were business women and this, there still are. But for my family, it was something else, right? And so I innately knew this was totally, it's a shit show. It's totally a lie. And they're just projecting their own kind of upbringing onto me and blah, blah, blah. And so when you realize that, first of all, money is like the air that you breathe, and that is the truth. That is the fundamental truth. And whatever you right now believing about money may be literally borrowed from somebody else, your parents, most probably, this one, the other one, okay? And that, again, I'm keep coming back around to this, okay? You have the right to choose for yourself what you're going to believe, right? And so if you have the situation with money, the work is deep. The work is not about, hold on, who gave me this? Oh, that was empty bliss. The work is not about affirmations. The work is not about mental diet. The work is way deeper. The work is like finding the root of the fucking problem, okay, and literally looking it square in the face, maybe for the first time in years, like in years and years and years, and remembering how it affected your psyche as a child. Like, why do you think that money is scarce? Yet there's like billions of money, of dollars and whatever other currency around the world. How can it be fucking scarce? It really is stupid, okay? Everybody could be a millionaire around the world, and the only reason it's not happening is because of the consciousness, because of the lack of magnetism for money through the vibration, through the energy. This is the topic of today, okay? Like I said, perhaps the most valuable live that I've ever done. She's got Spirit Lounge says, yes, I'm from a family of entrepreneurs but struggled. Okay, I am one too. Same ideas I am working through. Yeah. 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 It's, I don't know what you're doing with your business, but I bet you anything, it's not, see, it's like, it's not even about the product that you're selling. It's not even about, like, you know, like thousands of people may be doing the same shit around the world, but you're doing it with love, you're doing it with a certain vibration, you're doing it with a certain authenticity, and somehow you're like fucking swimming in money, okay? And the other person, maybe even more qualified, maybe like went to Harvard and blah 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 and all this fucking jazz, and they're not making any money. How many people do you know like that? So it's about the energetic connection to it produces a certain kind of energy, right? So again, not to pick on you, she's got Spirit Lounge, but it's like if you had a certain amount of money a month, right? Like I don't know what that is for you, but let's just say $100,000, right? Whatever. You would feel completely elated, right? Or maybe not, I don't know. But whatever the sum is for you. you would be completely elated. And you would feel like, I can relax about money. But this is the feeling. It's like, give the feeling before you receive, give the energy before you receive, and stay in that fucking energy. Why don't you? There is no, how can I say this? There is no virtue in protecting yourself, right? There is no virtue of protecting yourself from the things that you want. In other words, it's totally safe to accept what you want. It's totally safe to energetically ask and receive the things that you exactly want. Because some of the people, okay, honestly, I've had them in my coaching. A lot of the people, not really even some, they really feel like, oh, this is too good to be true. Like I just gave an example of receiving money in the mailbox, and some people would literally like be wary, right? Not me, not if I don't have this kind of like mentality, right? But a lot of people would be. Why? Because it feels like it's not safe to accept exactly what you ordered. But yet that's exactly how the universe operates. And it's totally safe to relax into this situation of, yeah, I get money without even working. Like I say in a few of my audios, if you never got out of bed, if you never brushed your teeth, if you never took a shower, this and any other, if you never left your apartment or house, you could still manifest. You could literally manifest $1,000,000 just sitting there, provided you've done the work on yourself. Okay. Anybody else? Really relaxed vibe today in the comments. Usually I feel like I'm racing, like I'm like I'm in a race answering the questions. This is a nice change of pace. So, commanding the energy with which you're going to approach any department of your life, be it money, be it SP, is in your arsenal, in your possession, the entirety of time. I don't care what area it is. It literally is up to you to start painting a brand new version of that scenario. Like up until today, things were a shit show, right? Let's just say financially, in the romantic department, this and that. Today is a very good day to make a new decision, all right? And start changing up the energy around that subject. And literally making a decision today to go into that reality where you already have that. Temporarily, you will not see anything that tells you otherwise. And again, the benefit of doing this consistently is that at some point you will get so used to doing this quickly, it will become quicker and quicker. Okay, meaning you will become more trusting in this process, and you will not doubt. You will not be one of these people who try out manifestation for like a year or something even, and say manifestation doesn't work. No, you don't work for yourself. Something's not working with you. That's a different story. Manifestation always works. It works so much as you're breathing, okay? And you have your eyes open and you have consciousness. It works. Okay. So it's not about that it's not working, it's about what you're producing, right? So today you can just change the trajectory of your life by giving it a different energy. If I'm giving my money, my bank account, an energy of being a millionaire, effortlessly so, not like, oh my God, this is so great. No, like, yeah, of course. You see the difference? Because if you're like, oh my God, this is so, oh my God, unbelievable. No, it's totally believable. Yeah. Or a DSP that was a jerk and all of a sudden turns into like the teddy bear of your life. Unbelievable? No, it's totally believable. This is the whole shebang. And if you can trick your mind to really understand how parallel realities work, and then it's a totally like a normal situation, okay? And I hope it becomes for you. And if it's hard for you to understand, you can, like I said, you can come into my coaching, I can explain. But if you can really massage your brain into believing that absolutely anything is possible, it's up to you to choose. And in fact, the universe is most of the time, all of the time, is calling you towards the best version of it, because the only person who's talked yourself out of the best version is you. Okay, for the only reason, because it's like your mama drama panorama have taught you otherwise, and you don't feel safe in that environment. You feel like something extraordinary has to happen. No, this is normal. Your SP changing all of a sudden because you decided is normal. Your SP saying to you exactly the words verbatim that you scripted is normal. Yeah, it's totally fucking normal. You are the only one who's not accepting it. That you're that powerful, that you deserve it, that in fact, this is like from the get-go, right? From when you were born, this was what's supposed to have happened. You just got kind of like deviated somewhere, and now you're learning different things, okay? All right. If anybody else has a question, please ask. Otherwise, I will conclude. And this will be a solid hour. And this will be very easy for you to rewatch. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Nobody? All right. Well, all the information from me again is below. Oh wait, now that I'm wrapping up, Sezen. Hi Sezen. Hi Anna, good to see you. Thank you. Looking very beautiful, thank you. Once you've decided to live your wish, does it still need daily visualization, affirmation, etc.? Is it enough to feel the change of energy? Right, this is what I was talking about. For me personally, when I decide something, I already have so much practice being in alignment with that energy that it becomes familiar to me like this. But for people who are still learning how to do it, I would have to say that, yeah, you might have to visualize or say something, but affirmations, don't overuse it, essentially, is what I would say. And not in a chore way. Like, it cannot become a chore. Okay, you have to do it. This has to be fun. Okay, I already said that. I'll say it again a million times over. Has to be fun. So if you need to remind yourself, right, that this is where I am, this is where I am, this is where I'm going, this is where I am, do it. In every second, you literally, again, in every second, you're choosing the reality that you're in. At any second, you can switch back to the shit show if you wanted to. Or you can switch to the ultimate reality. Okay, empty bliss, and then I'm going to go. What is the best way to have conversations with SP in your mind? What? You just answered your own question, darling. You just talk to them in your mind, just like you would. How do you talk to them now? Right? So this is what a lot of people don't notice when they talk to somebody in their mind. They think nobody's listening. And even if it's something like very light and this and that, they hear you. They hear energetically, they hear you. So however you've been talking to them up until now, you just need to start being aware of what you're saying, and to switch it to something that you want to say. But it's literally like a conversation, like they're right here. And I've had this practice in my own life where I'm just pretending the person is right here, and I'm just telling them, okay, we're going to do this, that, and the other, or you, da da da, you're telling me this. And it's a certain feeling that comes over you where it's like the communication literally just happened. But you could do it in your mind as well. Okay, if anybody needs to schedule me for an hour, all the information again is below. The coaching packages are below. I've just recently added the 5 phone calls package as well. And that's just like a sample of my coaching. Again, all the links are below. And as soon as I upload this, it will be available. Thank you very much. everybody for showing up. And until next Saturday, okay? Ciao, cacao. Bisous.